You know the drill. You download a new app, this huge wall of text pops up, and what do? We scroll right to the bottom and smash that I agree button without reading a single word. We've all done it. But what if one of those clicks wasn't just for a simple software update? What if it was for a subscription that you could literally never, ever escape?
And really, that's the core question we're digging into today. We're going to unpack the story of AuraMind, a meditation app that promised all this peace and tranquility, but what it actually delivered was a permanent financial chain hidden deep in the fine print.
So how does this even happen? How does a simple, innocent-looking wellness app become the tool for a digital crime this big? Well, it all starts with the contract itself. The weapon here wasn't some sophisticated piece of code. It was a piece of legalese called the Evergreen Covenant. Now, this is not your typical Netflix subscription that just renews every month. No. This was built from the ground up to be a one-way, unbreakable financial bond that lasts as long as you do, for your entire life.
And just get a load of the language they used, buried deep on, page 7 of the Terms of Service. It's so dense and confusing, it almost sounds philosophical. It talks about a value-adjusted participation fee for a state of mindful being. I mean, what does that even mean? The thing is, this language was never written to be understood. It was written to be skipped.
So let's just break this down for a second, because the gap between what people thought they were getting and what they actually got was just massive. On the one hand, you see a simple, free app to help you relax. But on the other hand, the reality you just unknowingly agreed to was a permanent, lifelong tax of 0.5% of your total income, every single year.
Okay, so who on earth comes up with a trap this meticulous? This wasn't some quick cash grab. It was the work of a true mastermind, someone with a very specific and, frankly, chilling philosophy.
So meet Dr. Alistair Vance. He's not your typical criminal mastermind. This guy was a brilliant academic, and his expertise was in two very specific fields: contract law and behavioral economics. That gave him the absolute perfect toolkit to exploit the exact way our brains work, or, don't work, when we're faced with these digital agreements.
And this quote, this was his whole philosophy. You see, Vance didn't really see this as theft. To him, it was this grand intellectual experiment. He wanted to prove that our attention is just a resource to be captured and controlled. The money? Oh, the money was just how he kept score in his twisted little game, to prove that you can actually engineer obligation.
So with thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people caught in this trap, how did this whole scheme finally get discovered? Well, what's fascinating is it wasn't a bank or some government agency that figured it out. It was the everyday people who were caught in the snare.
It all started with these tiny little anomalies. You had a freelance designer, Elena Rossi, who spotted these weird, tiny, fluctuating charges on her bank statement. At the same